Hey guys, so fun fact, I actually read this comic during my month-long moving hiatus. I got this in that time frame, and I read it, and I actually forgot I read it. I was actually thinking about it the other day. I was like, oh wait, when I came back, this was going to be one of the first things I was going to review. And yeah, I'm going to be talking about Transformers vs. Terminator, Enemy of My Enemy. This is the Dark Horse IDW collaboration, written by John Barber and David Marinette and Tom Waltz. We had the story's by them. Marinette and Barber wrote it. So, what did I think of this comic? It's a 4-issue miniseries, and the best way I could describe this crossover in particular is that it's kind of like a summer blockbuster. It really feels like some fun summer blockbuster kind of comic. I didn't hate it, but it's not the worst Transformers crossover, nor is it the worst Terminator crossover. That still goes to Dynamite's Terminator RoboCop crossover, Kill Human. Jesus, that comic almost gave me an aneurysm. But this was fun. This was a fun little neat comic that I thoroughly enjoyed. I liked it for what it was, so let's dive right into it. So let's talk about the storyline. So the storyline is that in this continuity, when the Transformers woke up from the volcano eruption at Mount St. Hilary, what had happened was that the Autobots and Decepticons woke up, but that's originally what happened. But what happened in this story is that the Decepticons woke up, killed the Autobots, and took over the planet. But what happened was humanity activated Skynet to help combat the Decepticons. Humanity got wiped out in the war between them, but Skynet in its programming continued the war with the Decepticons. So we now are in a future where Skynet is losing the war against the Decepticons. And that's pretty much it, is that he is the Decepticons are now in control, and the last of the Terminators are like held up in one little base. And they send a T-800 into the past to destroy the to just hopefully destroy the Ark and everything in it before they wake up. So there's your story. We've got an alternate universe of an alternate universe. So the T-800, who goes back in time, kidnaps Sarah Connor, who is a waitress in this little bar, and they go there, and it's just fun. First off, I really dig the artwork. I really like the... let me show you a good piece of artwork right here. Yeah, I really dig the artwork. The interior and the cover artwork is really fun. What I like about this is that... what I like about this crossover is that they actually give credence to the Terminator actually, like, being a threat to the Cybertronians. But what I like is that, when he's, the Terminator's using, modern-day guns to combat the Cybertronians, he takes a shotgun to Megatron's fusion cannon, and he's like, is he shitting me right now? And then, the Terminator shoots him in the eye, and he's like, okay, fuck this guy. So it's pretty fun. Sarah Connor gets a lot to do. She does kind of go through a kind of story arc like she did in the original movie. And also, they keep saying, oh, it's this big Austrian guy who kidnapped me, but he doesn't look anything like Arnold. I guess the likenesses are just too hard, were too hard for the artist, or they just couldn't do it. So I was like, just don't bother with the Arnold comparison for the T-800 skin. Just be a Terminator. Just have regular skin. I do like that Sarah Connor in here is kind of like she takes kind of the control role of the leadership role that we know her to be. And I like the idea of you would think that the Terminators would assimilate with the Cybertronians, which they kind of hint at for a sequel. They do sequel bait the hell out of this comic. I don't know if this will get a sequel. I don't know if a sequel will be announced. I don't know how well this sold, so I don't know if this is going to get a sequel. That's my one gripe with it, is that it feels like it was like the ending just feels like we don't need. I know every comic right now IDW wants to make like like their crossover sequels, like with Batman versus Ninja Turtles, where that one was just kind of like, yeah, we got a trilogy, we got a trilogy and a fourth out of canon of that trilogy crossover. We milked the Batman TMNT crossover for 4 different comics and an animated movie. We got to do that again. Here's the problem, though. Not everything sticks to the wall. So, depending on sales, I don't know how well this was going to sell. So I don't know if this was going to pick up on the sequel, because here it's like Skynet at the. I'm going to spoil the end. The end is that the Terminator kills Megatron, and that's the other thing. There are a lot of Cybertronian deaths in here. Like, Soundwave dies, Megatron dies, a lot of the Autobots die, and at the end, like, the remaining Decepticons and Autobots are just like, what do we do now? We just live together? Alright, fucking whatever. Alright, I guess we're friends. But at the end, Skynet now uploads itself to Megatron's body, and, like, Megatron, like, copies imprints into Skynet, so now we've got Meganet? Meganet? Skytron? Well, Skytron's a thing, so Meganet. Which also sounds like a Mega Man villain. But yeah. So the crossover, like I said, it's short, it's 4 issues long, and it doesn't pretend to be something deep and meaningful. It's just like, let's do let's just do some fun stuff and just have fun with it. Like I said, my only gripe is it tries to sequel bait when we don't know how well this sold, and we don't just do all I'm asking is don't sequel bait comics anymore, and this is specifically because IDW is the most guilty of this. I know you really get excited to do these crossovers again, but here's the thing. Just do the story, because you might not be able to do it again, so just do the story as is. Don't leave us on these big cliffhangers and do these big, humongous stories if you don't know you're going to be able to work with Dark Horse again. I think Dark Horse only just now has Terminator in those licenses. They don't have Alien or Predator anymore. Just, yeah. So, but I don't know how long until they lose that license. But yeah. Although I will say it is always fun because you don't see a lot of Terminator crossovers. Like, it's nice to see that this got made. What we've really had was... Okay, let's count the amount of Terminator crossovers we've had. We've had 2 RoboCop crossovers with Terminator. One was good. The other we'll not talk about. We've had one with Superman, which was okay. And we had one with Alien and Predator, which was hot garbage. So there's not really much to compare to good Terminator crossovers. So it's fun for what it is. Just take it for what it is, and yeah. So I enjoyed it. The comic is about under $20. I think you're paying for a right amount. If this was over $20, I'd have been like, maybe get it at a bargain price. But I'd say $15.99. That's $16, $17. That's under $20. You could, I think you would enjoy it as it is. So I recommend this. Go check it out if you haven't already. So until next time, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.